Yo, we're back with episode 2 of Run It Back Podcast. This is Dan. I got Keith and Kev with me.
I
got you tuned in.
I just had dinner with D. Obama, what did you do? Hop up on Twitter talking about the stuff you don't do. Rock off for Lauren Shorty, cause that is what you gon' do. Sabi out of New Balance, I'm styling like it's O2. God with the Pro Tools, boss in the good dude. Ball like it's good man.
Alright, let's get right into it. A lot of new music dropped in the past 2 weeks. We try to give you guys the podcast every week, but we weren't able to meet up last week, so we got 2 weeks of new music to cover. Since we got Wale in the background, he dropped his EP. Let me just find what's the title?
Free Lunch.
Free Lunch. So start with that.
No such thing as a free lunch.
What'd you guys think of the EP?
I thought it was actually pretty well for 5 songs. You know, they were all good songs. I really liked "Ungrateful and Thankful," which is the first track that we actually listened to as we introed in.
One in the background right now.
The one in the background right now, yeah. And one with J. Cole with the freestyle "My Boy," really good. And "Dummies" is my top 3 out of the 5, I would say.
I think I like 3 out of 5 as well. I didn't care for Dummies or 3 Days, 3 Hours. The other 3 were pretty good. J. Cole absolutely murdered him on his own track.
Yeah, I felt bad for him still. J. Cole washed him on that song. But I think I like all 5 songs, I'm not gonna lie. I like when him and Eric Bellinger work together. They make good music. Dummies is probably like the worst one. But I like 3 Days and 3 Hours.
I like Dummies.
I like all of them, but still, if I were to rank them, I would probably put that one last.
To be fair, I don't even listen to Wale like that, so
yeah,
it's tough for me to evaluate. Like
That's actually perfect you said that. So, do you guys think he's unappreciated? Do you think he's underrated?
Yeah, 100%.
Because every interview this man does, he always speaks about how he's not appreciated as much as he should be. He doesn't get as much attention as should be. His music isn't like getting the rating that it deserves. What do you guys think?
I think he's genuinely talented, especially in the earlier days. I think people really were sleeping on him at the time, but it doesn't help with your image when you're constantly complaining, like, why aren't you giving me the credit where it's due? You should just shut up and do the work and let it speak for itself.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think when he complains and he doesn't show his that he's humble, his gratitude, I think it hurts his image. I think sometimes
and his credibility.
Yeah, I think sometimes people shouldn't do interviews just because they let the emotions get the best out of them, right? If he just lets the music do the talking, then I think you're absolutely right. A lot of times the stuff that he says hurts his image and hurts his reputation a little bit.
That's true, because he does a lot, actually. He does a lot to promote himself, even with his last, not his last one, but the other one before that, where he had Jerry Seinfeld and they did a little bit together talking about music and shoes and stuff, knowing that Wale worked in was it a Foot Locker or a Nike store?
Yeah, I don't know, so but he was a sneakerhead before being a sneakerhead was very popular.
He was the man
cool
people in Washington would go to in order to get their kicks. So he did a good job promoting himself. I think it wasn't as good a job as we had expected, because not a lot of people do appreciate his music, I think, and that's why people mention, and even he mentioned himself, that he might be getting out of this.
Yeah, so I think with the promotion you're talking about, it's like what we said earlier. He used to do a lot of interviews, but then in those interviews he would say things to hurt himself, right? Just not being appreciative of the attention he's getting and stuff like that. So that's why he cut down a little bit. He didn't do a lot of interviews with the release of this EP. I was gonna say something too. Oh yeah, he was saying how if any other big rapper made an album with one of the biggest comedians in the world, it would have gotten much more attention than what he did.
Especially Seinfeld. Seinfeld is such a huge person in comedy and everything.
Yes, but the hip hop community doesn't really fuck with Seinfeld like that. Most people, especially people in our age group, didn't really grow up on Seinfeld, right? So
I wouldn't agree with that.
I thought that was kind of a mismatch anyway.
I think Seinfeld was one of the top sitcoms.
Oh no, he was huge
all time. I think a lot of people did watch Seinfeld when they were younger and whatnot.
I think the fact that it was unexpected was better. I think that made the album a lot better, because Yeah, if he won with someone more like someone that was expected, let's say he got Dave Chappelle or for example, or Chris Rock or like Kevin Hart, right? Those people who are like always buzzing in the hip hop community,
enough people
right?
use
Then
enough
it would have
clips
been
from
like
that.
taboo, like
Eddie
everybody
Murphy.
would have expected.
People
it.
always
Yeah.
put like Eddie Murphy clips from Raw in their music and stuff like that. But it was kind of refreshing to hear Seinfeld. You wouldn't expect it. It's sort of opposites attract type of thing. You wouldn't really see Seinfeld talking about rap or anything like that, which was kind of refreshing in my eyes.
I think to wrap up this whole Wale topic is that I do feel like he's underrated and he's a little bit unappreciative, but like he should stop saying it. He should stop talking about it and just let the music speak for itself.
Agreed.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you were to rate the EP out of 5, what would you guys give it?
I would say 3.5, mainly just because I don't really listen to Wale, but this was a pretty solid project.
I would go with 4 out of 5. I listen to Wale from time to time. I don't really bump his music a lot, but 5 songs EP. I think all the songs were really great. 3 out of the 5 songs were pretty good in my opinion, so I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd probably go with 4 or 4.5. Actually, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. That's my rating.
It's a really good EP.
Another really good project that dropped is Black. Black dropped his his sophomore album called East Atlanta Love Letter.
Yep.
Have you guys checked it out? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I really liked it. I was able to go through the whole thing, and I think 2 songs I just want to talk about. Well, which I thought were really good. I liked Disconnect. I don't know about you guys, but I really like that song, and even though I'm gonna get shitted on by this, but I like that song Let Her Go. I don't know, it's sort of
What's wrong with that song?
Let Her Go. True.
Yeah, it's sort of, you know, when that one slips through your hands and you're like, fuck,
I should have held on.
I know I should have held on. But I let her go.
His music is perfect for that. It resonates with you with like little things that happen.
I got goosebumps. I got flashbacks, hot flashes.
It's funny you say that. When his first project came out, it was the first year that I went to the UK to study, right? I didn't know a lot of people. I was there by myself, just trying to like get used to the environment and just meet new people. And his album was like very dark and like emo R&B-ish. I was bumping that shit all the time. It was like, it resonated with me so much, the whole project. So what you're saying, like, I completely feel that.
I really like this project, and right from the very first track, Unfair, you know it was going to be on some shit.
The like first 2 songs, oh intro. My god.
Loaded Gun, and then, Unfair, and then it goes into Loaded Gun. That was really good.
Once I heard those 2 songs, I was like, okay, this album's going to be crazy.
And then Thugger's Interlude is crazy too.
To be honest, I don't think there's that many bad songs on this album, bro. Like, most of them are fire. The one with J. Cole is obviously good.
His pen game's not touchable.
Yeah. No, Black is really dope.
And then his track with Khaled.
Khalid? Yeah, that one's fire too. I think Nonchalant is like whatever to me. Even though he dropped that like kind of like a single before the project came out. Mm-hmm. But I think like maybe there's only 1 or 2 songs that are okay out of the whole project. So what are your ratings?
Keith?
Black's album, I would give it a 4 out of 5. When I'm in my feelings, I would definitely want to listen to that just to reminisce about the past and how I totally fucked up on some things. But no, I really like this album. It's really good. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I'd give it a 4.5.
I would say 4.5. I think he got over the sophomore slump. This is better than his first album, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think actually Joe Biden said something pretty interesting. He's like, if the first album didn't come out, and then this came out after it, like it wouldn't have worked the same. Like, let's say this was the first one, and then the other one came out after. I don't think it would have had the same effect.
Why is that?
Because the first one was a perfect introduction to him and who he is as an artist and the type of music that he listens to, and then the second one kind of showed his growth from the first one. Right. So I think the sequencing of how they came out, it worked out.
that probably has something to do with it then, because I know all of us have heard his first album.
Yeah, his first album is really dope. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should check it out.
I gotta check it out. For sure.
It's Free Black.
Free Black.
Listen to
Black.
that.
Okay.
He took 2 years off to make this album, and then he was saying how like he doesn't really want to take that much time in between projects. He want to release more music.
Can I just stop before we move topics? This has got to be one of the hardest fucking album covers there is.
I know, his album cover is so dope.
That just epitomizes the struggle and the hustle.
Yeah, it shows how, like he said, he doesn't really leave the house. He prioritizes being a dad and just making music. And I think you're right. The album cover captures all of that.
It's been added to my playlists. Free Black.
Yeah, check it out. It's dope. So Killy dropped a new EP. He's a local artist from Toronto. Have you guys checked it out?
I didn't even know about this dude. It just dropped. I just seen Gengar in the back. I'm like, okay, brother. Let me see what this man is saying.
You guys think Killy looks like Tyga a little bit?
Nah.
Yo, he does. He's the Asian Tyga.
Tyga's half Asian.
I know, but still. I was looking at them the other day because Tyga has 2 new songs out. I was like, yo, do you guys look like each other a little bit?
You're just racist.
Nah.
They look nothing alike.
Wow, looking at
I think the best song
they look nothing alike. What are you saying?
They do, trust.
No,
I think the best song on the...
That's a reach.
That's even a reach too.
So Keith,
you're blind.
with the whole Gengar thing, what was your expectations going in, and how did you feel about it?
Going into it, I honestly, first thing I saw was I was going through my Instagram, and one of my cousins put like one of the tracks in his story, and I was just like, oh, what the hell? I seen a chain of Gengar, pretty fresh, can't lie. I looked through the Apple Music, I found it, and I started bumping to it, and it was sounded like some trap thing, and I'm like, okay. Try to just bump to this, but I couldn't really get into it. I'm not really into that type of music. Chupacabra?
I think that's the best song on the EP, the first track, the intro.
Yeah.
I think his music is not really meant for us though. It's more for like the teenagers and the youth.
Yeah,
it's teenage turn up for Toronto, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
I wouldn't say it's my type of music to listen to.
Yeah,
but he's making noise in Toronto, so shout out to him.
Hey man, show them some love. Yeah.
Ratings.
Just personally for me, because I'm not really about that, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. But hey, man, keep it going. Keep putting in that work. Still, it's good.
I'd give it a 2.5.
Wow,
that's pretty harsh. I mean, I can get into it sometimes. 3 out of 5. It's not my favorite. I think his first project was a lot better, but salute the hustle.
Yeah, man.
Moving on.
Who we got next? MGK. MGK dropped the project.
Yeah, he just dropped it this past
called
Friday.
Binge.
Yeah, I was able to listen to it, and listening back, like we were talking about this, the whole Rap Devil song. I never listened to it without the music video, and honestly, without the music video, it's way better. Like the music video was doing too much. I honestly think that this track was way better than Eminem's.
Yo, relax. Relax. We'll get into that. Let's talk about the project first.
But the project had it was kind of slow. In all honesty, I wasn't able to get into the first half of it, but the last half of it was pretty good. But no, I honestly did enjoy the last half of it. Rap Devil was definitely the standout track. Obviously,
I think that's the best song to me. The rest of the project was whatever.
Yeah, the rest of the project was whatever, but the second half of it was decent. I was able to listen to the
I think what you're saying in regards to the Rap Devil and just listening to the audio and instead of watching the video, as I told you before, it like makes you listen to the lyrics more, right? Because there's nothing for you to look at, whereas the video, like the visuals, kind of take away your attention from the lyrics.
Yeah. I was too focused on that shovel.
Yeah.
That shovel, he was doing a lot of hand motions with that shovel.
To me, the project is whatever. Rap Devil's definitely the best song on there, but it might be because of the content. But I think it's just.
I really like the beat.
I'm not a huge fan of MGK and his music, but.
Yeah.
True. Okay, so now we can speak about who won the first round, or maybe it was the one and only round that we'll ever hear.
So Killshot
versus Rap Devil.
Was it actually a leg shot?
Was it a graze? You missed.
No, he didn't miss.
No,
he didn't miss.
He didn't miss. Rather be the
It might have been a
80-year-old
leg
me
shot,
than
though.
the 20-year-old you.
But you know what? This is what I think it is. Eminem is such a like high-profile rapper. He's top tier, right?
Yeah.
Everyone would have expected him to wash this guy out of the way, right? It shouldn't even been close, right?
Yeah.
The fact that MGK actually did hit him in the face and got the first punch, I think that shocked everybody.
And he
in the
did it
whole
within
world.
like 3 days of the album Kamikaze being released.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know what M was doing. He was probably sitting with his dictionary at home, as we mentioned, playing Pac-Man. But that man took like over a week to respond, and I expected it to be way faster, knowing Eminem and how great of an artist he is.
Yeah,
But it took
I think
pretty long.
actually, who said this? I think it was Ebro. He said that Rap Devil is a better song overall, like sonically and everything. It's a little bit more catchy. You can play it back.
Yep.
But Eminem's song was like better lyrically, like his lyrics and his wordplay and everything was better.
I completely agree with that statement. I mean, Rap Devil is definitely going to get more plays than Killshot. Killshot doesn't sound good on the ear, but M definitely had more to say.
Yeah, and even MGK said like the song wasn't that. He gave it a 6 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, which I agree with, the artwork is pretty fucking fire.
Yeah.
The artwork is pretty sick. Like, I would buy that shirt.
But the thing is, he doesn't even rock the man bun anymore. So
Yeah, no, he mentioned that in the Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, but on a battle rap sort of perspective, M definitely watched him. But just because with social media and everything now, it's all about perception, right? So with that being said, it may have been a leg shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though during his whole controversy behind he was at a Fall Out Boy concert.
That's what I was just going to talk about.
So he was there, and then
Have you seen the clip?
Yeah.
So he mentioned in the Breakfast Club interview that it was fake.
Yeah, people edited it so that it sounded like people were booing.
That's crazy.
But he did do the whole thing where he told everyone to stick up the middle finger, and then he didn't have the shirt on. He had a zip up.
I know.
Told everyone put their middle finger up. Quickly took off his shirt and told the man in the back, take a pic quick.
It's just
with the whole kill
antics,
shot
bro.
you missed. But yeah, it's all antics.
He has a project coming out, so that's why everything that he did was all part of the
and it was good
publicity.
It was good. I feel like this is all staged too.
Yeah.
Like this is too perfect. Eminem puts out an album,
And then if this song comes out,
this album comes out, like he already had this planned. I don't know.
Too much antics going on.
Yeah, too much
For
behind the
sure. I
scenes.
mean, they're both on the same label. And when you look at the numbers, Rap Devil has, 14 million streams on Spotify. His other tracks average maybe 200K, 300K at this point.
Whatever. It's a whatever project.
Yeah.
Ratings.
I didn't listen, so you guys are going to have to.
Fuck.
I'd give it a 2.5 still.
I'll give it a 2.5 as well. I'll give it half. Half the album was good. Half the album was good.
Alright, cool. Sean Leon.
Toronto Stand Up.
Wasn't able to listen to the full track. I'm not really about the. He's R&B, right?
No,
R&B?
I would say he's
It's
rap.
like a little mixture of both. His project has like R&B and rap in it.
He's got a bit of that Toronto hipster influence in him, so he's got all sorts of genres mixed in there. So this project's pretty interesting because it's sort of him looking at a hypothetical scenario of his death, and it starts with his death and it goes backwards from there, and it comes full circle at the end. And it's more a soundtrack than an album, so you hear a lot of different instruments and then different genres, and it just flows through. It's sort of his mind state as he's reflecting on his life. I actually really enjoyed the project.
Yeah, me too. The project is called The Death Of, by the way.
And originally when he released it, it was a 30-minute one-track project, but now he's on Spotify, he split it up.
I think the fact that he did the one-track thing was actually pretty genius.
Forces you to listen to the
whole thing, because you don't know where to skip to, right? If you listen to a part that you don't really like, then you don't know where to skip to exactly go to the next song, and it does force you to listen to the whole thing. And then the story that you're saying, it helps with the story a little bit more, because again, it just helps you listen to the whole thing instead of just listening track by track or even skipping through tracks.
Exactly, because you're not skipping through chapters or of the story and whatnot. So the big thing I like about Sean Leon is, in Toronto, there's a lot of hoodmans, and we've mentioned this before, and it's just a lot of
people sound the
over
same
and over.
Yeah.
But there's with people like Sean Leon, there's an actual degree of artistry there. If you listen to his old work, there's a lot of introspection, and he's actually thinking about what he's putting out. So I like that part of it.
I 100% agree.
So not all of the tracks I completely feel. I like the attempt, and I like a lot of the tracks. For me, the strongest track on here is the last. I guess it's the outro track. It's called Gone. And I guess we'll play a little bit of it as we continue discussing.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's just like in a climate with like a lot of people sounding the same in Toronto with the whole auto-tune and like trap stuff going on. It was really refreshing to kind of get like this different sound and like different vibes within one project. So I really enjoyed it.
I actually really like the way he uses auto-tune. If you haven't gone back to his older stuff, he does something different with it when he raps.
Shout out to him.
Toronto's got talent out there. You just gotta dig.
Yep.
So ratings. I think Dan and I are the only ones who listen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you guys good.
I would probably say 3.5. 3.5 out of 4.
Okay.
Or 5. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say 3.5 out of 5 too. Just because not every song was good, but
Right.
the project overall is pretty dope, and it just brought something new to the scene.
Okay, gotta check it
Moving
out
on.
for sure.
Yeah, check it out. So Cap G,
Cap G. I actually never listened to this guy before you told me to listen this week.
he had a single that was like really famous.
What's it called?
I'm trying to find it. That's how I found out about him. He had from that single, and then I saw on the new releases that he dropped a new project, so I went and listened to it.
So what do you think of him? Maybe this project in particular.
He's okay. I don't think he's anything special. He does have good melodies on some songs,
Yeah.
but I think he's like a representative of like the Latino community
Right.
and like the whole like trap scene. But his music isn't Latin, like it's in English.
Right. I mean, it. Like you said, it's nothing new to me. I feel
Yeah.
like I liked maybe out of the 12 tracks, maybe 3 or 4.
2 or
I liked,
3, I think. Yeah.
I liked Want My M's, and then I liked Free BG, and I can't even remember half of the other ones.
I know.
They start to sound the same after a while.
Yeah.
Typical
He had a
Southern
song with-
trap sound.
That is true.
He had a song with Ty Dolla $ign. I was expecting a lot more of that song. I thought it would be much more fire, if I can say that, but
Put
it
that into
wasn't.
syllables. Okay. What was that?
His album's okay to me. If
Yeah.
I were to rate it, I'd probably give it like 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I listened to it one time. I was just driving, just put it on. Like Kevin said, it sounded like the same stuff being repeated over and over again. I would honestly give it. I'm not going back to listen to this album. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. I wouldn't go back and listen to it.
I probably have to give it a 2 out of 5. As I was going through it, I think the second or third time, I was just wishing that the next track would come so I could get on with it. And that's never a good sign when you're listening to a project.
Yeah, it's true. So there's more projects to talk about.
A lot of music came out.
A lot of music came out, but we're not gonna break down every single album that's released. So I just want to give a quick shout out to some of the project that's dropped that I think is dope. Kiana Lede, she's an R&B singer. She has a project out called Selfless. If you're into R&B, I would highly recommend you to check her out. She's really, really dope. Leon Thomas III, he has a project called Genesis. Again, it's R&B as well, so check that out if you haven't done that. Who else do we have? Joey Perp, he's from Save Money, Vic Mensa's label. He dropped a project as well. It's a hip hop and rap project, so if you're into that, go check it out. The only thing I gotta say about that project is he has a lot of Chance's flows in that project. When I was listening to it, I was like, why is he trying to make music like Chance? So there's a lot of resemblance between them two.
You think that's a Chicago thing, or is it Chance was the successful example, so now everyone's biting him?
He did that. I think it's the second one. He's just the type of music he makes get so much attention and get so much love. So I think he was just trying to maybe replicate that.
It's tough to say because when you go back to the early Chance stuff, there was a whole movement coming out of Chicago, right? And then you had Save Money, you had Chance, and they were all working quite closely together. So sometimes their flows did sound kind of interchangeable.
I know. Vic Menso is a perfect example of that. Them two used to sound a little bit alike, but then he just grew and went in his own lane, and now he has like his own sound, arguably.
When I first heard that song on Chance's Acid Rap, because I didn't really know Chance like that at the time, so I wasn't sure which one was Chance and which one was Vic.
Exactly. No, I feel you. If you listen to this song, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Sorry, not this song. This whole project, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You're gonna be like, it sounds like Chance a little bit. Also, Russ dropped a project called Zoo.
This is a flute song playing in the background from Zoo.
So all I gotta say about Russ is that his grind is like pretty unprecedented. His SoundCloud grind back in the day, he used to drop a track every week. So I gotta respect him for his grind. But again, like Wale, he's some guy who kind of hurts his own image and his own reputation by doing interviews and just being a little ignorant and not appreciative of like the attention that he gets.
I agree with that sentiment. He's garnered a lot of hate for a lot of the things he said.
Yeah.
Particularly around the younger generation and the whole drug use and all that.
His
he
drug
may have
use,
a point,
being
but the way he's
addressing it.
He's approaching it wrong. He's just antagonizing people, and it could be good, it could be, but it's so funny when you go and you see on Instagram, anytime they talk Russ, the automatic comments are all fuck Russ, right?
I think this latest like promo run or whatever he did for his Zoo project, he kind of tried to clean up his image a little bit, but in doing that, he got caught up in his feelings still, and it all came out. The arrogance came out a little bit. He's like, I can't help it that I mix, master, produce, write my own shit. So that's why he gets a lot of flack.
Humble bragging.
Yeah. Also, another dope R&B project is Lloyd. It's called True LP. Check that out. Lloyd's been around for a long time, so he's an OG in the game. So I would definitely recommend you to check that album out. Lupe, another OG. Lupe dropped a project called Drogas Wave. It's pretty long. It's like a 24-track album, but I definitely recommend you to check that one out as well.
What'd you guys think? I mean, just from the initial listen, we're not going to vote too much into it.
I think it's what I expected from Lupe. It's like the OG talk, you know, that grown man talk.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a heavy spitter, and like right from this one, you can see he's got a lot of bars and he's got a lot of substance to what he wants to say.
Yeah, his content is always on point, and musicality wise, his music has always been good. Like the beats and everything, like it's always on point.
But geez, 24 tracks is a lot.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
He has a lot to say. No, I was only able to listen to like maybe 15% of it, and I'm gonna have to listen to the whole thing because it sounds pretty good.
Salute to Lupe though.
Lupe superstar, right?
Yeah, shout out to Lupe. Baz from J. Cole's label Dreamville also dropped the album Milky Way. Check that out as well. Who else do we got? And then we got Brockhampton that dropped the project as well. So maybe we could get into that a little bit and then we'll move on from
Thank you, Kevin.
So if you guys don't know Brockhampton, they're a collective out in this. I'm not quite sure where exactly.
Texas.
But Texas? Yeah. So think Odd Future or some of those other super groups, and they're just doing a lot of fresh music. Definitely music for the youth. You check that out.
Yeah, it's very like experimental. Like the whole album didn't have like a single vibe to it. They changed a lot. It had R&B, it had like some trappish stuff, it had some slower stuff, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the variety of like different styles and vibes on the album.
I honestly, when I started listening to this, I don't know if you felt the same way, but it sounded some like UK man's a little bit. The beats, I don't know if you felt that way. I sort of felt that way, but
when I listened to the first song, I was like, okay, I don't know how this whole project is gonna be. But then when I got through it, yeah, they switched it up.
I like it. I like the whole album actually.
Shouts out to Brockhampton. Check out the album. It's called Iridescent.
We all heard it, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to give it like a quick review, what would you give it?
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I would definitely go back and listen to this album.
I think this is one of those albums you have to listen to a couple of times. So I've only listened to it like one time through, and it was very surface level. I can't. So tentatively, I would say like a 3.5 or a 4.
Yeah, I've only listened to it one time, so I don't think if I'm giving it the just due it deserves. But right now, I'd give it a 3.5. But as Kevin said, I gotta go back and listen to it. You know what it is? I mentioned this to both of you guys too. Like the settings, the place that you listen to a certain album, like makes a huge difference. Whether you're working out and listening to an album, whether you're driving in your car, or like you're just chilling at home, right? So one album might sound good to you while you're working out, but then if you're at home chilling and you listen to it, it doesn't sound the same. So I think just doing, because there's music producers and like people who make music, they do that. They test their music out in different environments, right? So I would encourage people who are listening to do that as well, right? Just because you listen to an album at home and it doesn't sound that good or it doesn't sit with you well, doesn't mean that whole project is trash. Go to
context
a different
matters.
Yeah, go to a different environment and give it another try. Then if it doesn't work, then you know.
Okay, moving on. So
I think that's all the music that dropped.
for now, there's so much. We probably missed a couple.
Yeah.
Let us know if there's anyone you want to hear about. So, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, let's switch gears for a second. I don't know if you guys seen the clip on Instagram of Floyd saying that he's going to come back out of retirement and fight Manny Pacquiao. It's a 9-figure fight.
Is he doing club appearances now? Is it that bad, Floyd? Is it that bad?
No, don't even go there.
Did he cash a check yet,
Don't
though?
even go there.
He cashed a check, right? I think he cashed it.
He's not broke, if that's what you're trying to say.
Is he still wearing backpacks? Can he still read? I don't know. I love that Conor McGregor press conference. Oh man, there's so many good sound bites out of that.
Yo, I'm excited to see him fight Manny Pacquiao because the first one was so shit. So I want to see the second
I fucking paid $100. No, we didn't pay anything. We watched the Conor McGregor one. We didn't watch the Floyd.
I watched the Floyd and Manny one.
Oh my god.
You guys realize it's going to be the exact same fight. Floyd's going to run around the ring. And he's just going to get technical points.
This is midlife crisis. Two men in their 40s fighting.
Yo, the other thing is, I think they both might have been lit at a club, and then they just made a video, and it's actually not going to happen.
You never know. Who would have thought Conor McGregor was going to fight?
Yeah, that's true.
Who would have thought?
That's true.
Never know. Well, Manny Pacquiao is the nicest person you'll probably meet. He's down to fight. The man is down to
because he has nothing to lose. He'll make enough money regardless.
To lose, yeah, exactly. Like Floyd has much more to lose.
Yeah, if you come out of retirement and you catch an L and your record, you're undefeated, you haven't lost in your career yet, that's a huge L to take. Yeah, I wouldn't even risk that.
I honestly don't believe this would happen. I don't even think Floyd should do this.
Yeah, I don't think he should do it either.
He's well off. He should just invest whatever he has in enough business. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of businesses.
He's good for
all
he doesn't have to fight ever. He's good, and his family. His family's good for generations.
Set. They are set for life. So
I hear his lifestyle's not sustainable though. So
his lifestyle is definitely not sustainable. He's trying to buy a Rolls-Royce. What is it Conor McGregor said? He got the rice from 2 years ago. I can't get my Irish accent. I gotta work on it. But
I don't think he should do it because I said like he's undefeated. If he comes out of retirement and fights Manny Pacquiao, someone he's beat before, and then he catches the L.
Yeah, he wanted to surpass Rocky Marciano's record, so he's done that, and he's good now. He doesn't have to do anything else. So Floyd, if you're listening, which you're probably not, don't do it, bro. Just live your life.
If it was to happen, though,
the Rolls-Royce from 2 years ago is still good. They're still drivable.
If it was to happen, would you be excited? Would you watch it?
I would watch it, but I would go on Reddit for the link. I'm not paying $99 again. I'm looking for the Reddit
I would watch it, but I feel like I know it's going to be the exact same shit as last time.
I agree.
Yeah, it was kind of just blocking and defense. The Conor McGregor fight was way more entertaining than the Floyd versus Manny fight, and I've been waiting for that for like 5 years. For that shit. I'm pretty sure Floyd knew if he fought him when they were like 32-ish,
he might have caught it.
He would have caught the L for sure because Manny was destroying people. That man was like when Apollo Creed's trainer told him, "Don't fight the man, let it go, let it go." When he said that, Apollo's like caught that quick L by Rocky Balboa. Trust me, Floyd, you don't want to do this. It's not worth it. Just leave it alone.
I agree. Staying on the topic of sports, did you guys hear that D.Wade announced that he's coming back next season for his one last season?
One last season. It's one last ride. It's a farewell tour.
Fall one more time and get up twice.
Is Draymond gonna be like, they don't love you like that no more? What you think, you Kobe? They're probably not. You think I'll say
Yo,
that?
D-Wade is
No,
right
D-Wade.
under Kobe, I would say.
I wouldn't say that.
Two guards of all time, he's right under Kobe.
Two guard, but Kobe had a consistent, full. How many 16 seasons? How many seasons Kobe played?
Something like that.
Something like that. D-Wade for the last 3-4
This is-
seasons has been what?
He's still producing though.
Producing what? Tell me.
Yo, come on, man. Don't hate on D-Wade.
I know. I'm not hating on. I love the Flash. Flash got it in fucking 2006. But like
Nah, not. Yo, Miami and
2012. Okay. Now what? 6 years later.
Kobe played 20 years, by the way.
20 years. Yeah, his last 2-3 years.
Okay, I didn't say he's on the same level as Kobe. I said he's under Kobe. If you were to rank shooting guards, right? He's there. Kobe's wherever you want to rank Kobe, Dwayne Wade's right under him.
I feel like there's another better shooting guard.
Go name it.
Called Michael Jordan.
No, okay. Obviously, okay. This is how I would do it. I would put MJ first, Kobe, then D-Wade.
Kev, give me a list of shooting guards. Yo, Kev, could you put on the list of shooting guards? Joe Rogan life.
Okay, Joe Rogan.
Yo, who is better than D-Wade shooting guard?
Yo, D-Wade, the way he carried Miami,
Oh my God, they can't just give me a list like.
you know
Google,
the
fix
shooting
your
guards,
game.
man.
Fix the code, Google.
Klay Thompson is better. James Harden is better.
James Harden better than I wouldn't
No,
say so.
he's not.
I wouldn't
You gotta
say so.
take the whole career.
What are you saying?
Can't say
brother?
right now.
Relax.
Exactly. You can't find one. Trust me.
Oh.
DeMar's better.
No. Oh.
None of these mans on the list is better,
Yeah,
bro.
but-
Trust me.
No, I'm pretty sure not retired man's.
Who?
Oh.
What about Clay?
No.
Clay is a consistent player, but he's not better than D-Wade.
James Harden?
James Harden is not better than D-Wade. Both these mans in their prime, D-Wade would cook James Harden. Easy.
And it's just about like what he's achieved throughout his whole career, right? It's
Yeah.
not just comparing one player to
Yeah.
another player.
Whatever team 2008 with Shaq. I don't know what year that was
It
actually.
was
I might have been.
05.
Yeah, I think
think
actually.
so.
Wow, I'm
That's
way
a long
off.
time. Yo,
That was-
what he did that year.
Yeah, that year was pretty fire. But
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be sad.
Even when they were losing after Shaq left, they had the whole drought where they couldn't win championships. They barely made it into the playoffs, or
Yeah.
they were getting eliminated. He was playing his ass off. He was putting the
Yeah.
numbers up.
No, he definitely, and that's why he left, because he wasn't able to get the money that he deserved, because he's been putting in work for that organization, and
I know.
they
I
didn't
don't
show their
think it was-
appreciation for them.
Yeah, I don't think it was a money thing. I think
It was.
No.
Mans were getting paid more than him, and he was the star of the team.
I know, but look, think about it this way: when LeBron came and Chris Bosh came to Miami, everyone had to take a pay cut just so they can win championships, right?
Yeah.
So I think he just wanted to go back to a team that like he devoted so much time to. Like he made his whole career in Miami, and he wants to retire as a Heat.
No.
Because I think
for
if he
sure.
stayed with LeBron, then maybe he could have won another ring. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't. If he went to LA, you mean?
No, if he stayed in Cleveland,
If he stayed in Cleveland, I don't know. I highly doubt that.
they wouldn't have gone swept by the Warriors, maybe.
Well, they only got swept because JR didn't know how much time was left on the clock. So that man was like, that Henny bottle was still kicking in.
All right, moving on. It seems like we can't stop talking about Kanye for some reason. Every week
The
there's
rebrand.
something new to talk about with Kanye.
I'm getting like 2 posts every like 10 minutes. Kanye, relax.
So let's start with the positive. Kanye announced that him and Chance got a new project. They have a new project coming out. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you
That's
looking
gonna be
forward to
fire.
it?
Yeah, I'm honestly excited to hear what both those two guys have to say on an album.
Yeah, me too. I think Chance would destroy Kanye beats. I think they would work really well together.
Every time they've done a collab together, it's been pretty good. I think the project's gonna be titled "Good Ass Job." At least that's the tentative.
Yep.
It could always change. Kanye can always change it.
And I
No,
think
it can't. He'll
you know
scrap
what
the
I-
album in the last minute.
he probably would.
You know what I think also? Chance is such a positive rapper. His music is so positive. This might end up be a good thing for Kanye.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Might help his
it is.
rebrand.
For his rebrand, yeah, definitely Chance is that person that can definitely boost what he can sort of take away the
Yeah.
light from what actually has happened in the last few months. So
He also dropped that he's Kanye also announced that he's dropping a solo project too called Yandi.
Gandhi.
You think it's gonna go in the same direction as Yeezus, in that it's gonna be a drastic change in sound?
Yeezus was hard as fuck.
The artwork is like very similar, right? You guys seen
it's
it,
just a purplish, pinkish type sticker. So I don't know, Yandi. Hopefully, I don't know. I feel as if Yeezus was is actually one of my top 3 Kanye albums.
Oh my god, we don't have time to go into this right now.
Listen. I have my own opinion. I like Yeezus a lot. I actually have the album. I'm not lying. I have it with the sticker.
This is not top 3. Are you crazy?
Okay, I like the Yeezus Black Skinhead. That's like in every movie trailer ever. That's one of my favorite tracks.
You are the white kid.
Dark Fantasy is number 1. Dark Fantasy. Okay, stop.
It doesn't matter what number 1 is. It doesn't matter what number 2 is.
Okay.
It's the fact that it's top 3 for you.
Leave me alone, okay? No, what this album I think is gonna be different. Hopefully it's not like Yeezus, but I think it's gonna be a good project.
Yeah, I think it'll be better than his last project, Yay. So I'm looking forward to what he's got to say.
Yay was a below average album for
and
Kanye.
I think he is trying to rebrand and change up his image, so I hope the music reflects that as well. Mm-hmm. So speaking on that, he put up something on Twitter or whatever that I think it's like it shows that what he's trying to change up his character and his rebrand. He said we should be able to participate on social media without having to show how many followers or likes we have. Just like how we can turn off our comments, we should be able to turn off the display of followers. This is an intense negative impact on our self-worth. What do you guys think?
The PR team is coming in and they're cleaning up. It's good.
Either that or his meds are changed.
Yep. Hopefully he's not the same doctor that too soon? Sorry, no. No, but isn't he opening up a hospital under his something under his mom's?
Hey man, it's all part of the rebrand.
It's all part of the rebrand.
It's all part of the rebrand.
No.
And then the last thing to mention with Kanye is like this little video that he put up on Instagram just addressing Drake. So have a listen.
Let's play that back. Give me a sec.
It's kind of funny.
And you're not saying nothing and you
Watch
carrying it like that.
Watch out for the train.
Well,
though.
with my spirit.
God,
You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, her name was Renita, and then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where it come from, you too smart for that, bro. You know where that come from. Don't make no record with nothing that could be confused. Now, I told you, I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That ain't come from me. But when you played that record for me in the studio that said, yo, we got some Kylies, we got some Kendalls, I told you, Travis is your man. Don't make no record. I told you, Travis is your man.
Drake got bodied in that single.
I think you know what I have to say. So I think he's insinuating or he's talking about the song Kiki because when the song came out, people were saying it's about Kim, right?
Because he said with on the I'm gonna go back to the ambassador, academics and Nick Cannon were talking about that, and then obviously academics has to be on Drake's dick talking about how, because there was a tweet saying, oh, I think it was Chloe who put it out saying, oh, I'm this and Kim is Kiki. So hey man, it's all part of the game. You gotta just play the game right. And he definitely got to Kanye because he's addressing it now.
Yeah.
So
but that, with that being said, I think the best way to handle the situation is just to do it privately. If you have this issue with Drake, aren't you guys neighbors?
Yeah.
Don't you live down the street? Just go knock. I'm sure you have his phone number. Just give him a call. If he doesn't pick up, just leave a voicemail. I don't think you gotta address it publicly.
Like you said,
rebrand.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's part of the rebrand, bro.
But I guess
like he put out tweets saying, "Oh, brother, he didn't push the information, brother."
It is, but how are you gonna apologize to Drake and then come back and say this? Oh, don't make a song called Kiki. And then the thing I think what he said,
REBRAND rebrand.
Okay, I think he took a little subliminal shot at him there too.
No, he did.
Because he's like, if I'm just dating a local girl named whatever and you're dating Rihanna, I wouldn't make a song called Riri, right? I think that was a little clever shot that he took at him.
That was pretty funny actually.
Didn't they actually date? It was just real short.
Yeah, they did have their own little fling, but
whatever.
It's all rebrand. He just wants to look better right
Fuck
now.
Kanye. Stop talking and just drop the music.
Kanye, I love you, Kanye. Love you.
I think that's about it. That's what we have for you guys this week. So I don't know if you guys heard the last episode, but we end the podcast the same way each week. What we do is we pick a few songs each. So Kevin, Keith, and I pick about 2 to 4 songs each. Up and coming artists that we think you guys should be listening to, people that you might have not heard. And we give you guys a mini playlist. So what we've done is we've created a playlist on Spotify and on Apple Music called the Run It Back playlist. So make sure you go follow that and listen to it. So every week we'll have our picks. We'll put that at the end of the podcast, and then we'll update that playlist. That's it, right?
Sounds good. Yep. Sounds good. The playlist is also on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah,
so we can also see that too. Yeah.
True. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, Run It Back, on Instagram at Run It Back, YouTube, Run It Back across all platforms. Check out the playlist. Let us know if there's anyone that we should be listening to, if there's topics that you guys want us to cover, anything we should be talking about. We're open to all suggestions.
To Run It Back, RVNITBACK.
Oh yeah, thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, clarify that.
Until next week, guys.
Peace.
See you.